It takes like 15 seconds to show up
Yeah,
with
we'll
it.
see. Oh, look, I got a picture now on my preview. That's good. We're getting somewhere. Now we're live on my preview.
And in there.
And we're in there.
And we're in there.
And I can hear it.
Yeah, you got to mute that shit.
The Mountain Dew and Origin Super Race.
Is Saul coming in? Does he know we're not FUBAR?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's just start.
Okay. So we are not going to have any sort of intro or anything like that this time. And here's my wife interrupting the stream while we're live. Thank you.
Hi, Tage.
What did you need? You're
She's
already
not-
here.
I.
Okay, you want to come in and get it? There's no video. Anyways, so
So, how do you want to do this? In order of what happened, or just shoot the shit? What we're excited about.
you just shoot the shit.
How do you want to do this?
Dang it.
Saul told me he didn't watch E3, so.
Oh, that's nice. Now my OBS window's up on the stream, so that's cool too. So we're gonna try and change that real quick. Yeah. Okay. So what was your overall impression? Because we're not gonna do any intros. We're not gonna do any podcast.
You just cut out the
things that we did
first part.
before. So
I told you, man. Nintendo won E3, and that's weird. They won it without even showing any games that were cool. They just won it with two things that they said were in development.
well, okay. So
This is
Metroid.
retarded.
You're retarded.
Yo, I farted.
Way to jump in late.
Oh, dude,
And
this
Ryan retarded
thing,
and farted.
this thing works like a piece of shit. I had to switch over to
Chrome.
Chrome because fucking Mozilla Firefox didn't work for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens. It's working all right in Internet Explorer, which I never used to be able to do right.
Yeah, I used that to download Chrome before.
Used to be able to do right. It is working though, so that's good. We got somewhere. Anyways, continue, Rick. Because so one of those games is Metroid, right?
Yeah. And then the other one was just them announcing a Pokemon RPG, which I said when we were doing this all the time a few years ago. I'm like, if they just did that, they're gonna print money. Like I said, dude, it's gonna be ridiculous. And even if the game sucks, people are gonna buy it, and they're gonna defend it because it's fucking Pokemans.
People love Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. But didn't you think that the Mario Kart VR thing was cool? I mean, I know that wasn't necessarily Nintendo, but it kind of is because it's their software, their IP.
Yeah, but so was the Mario and the Rabbids. Even though how it looked weird, but it looked like a tactical turn-based strategy game.
It looked like when Saul brought it up, I was like, "Oh, that's stupid." But then, when I was watching it, I was like, "I don't know, that's kind of cute, I guess."
Yeah, it looks like XCOM, but with Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, I mean, I hate those
That
things.
fat dude was crying
I
when
don't know
they
why
played
they
this game.
won't
I'm
go
so
away.
proud of it.
Why do we still have rabbits around?
I don't know. No,
Somebody likes them.
yeah, Mario
Do
does.
they
apparently.
though? Because I mean, it's like Skyrim. It's at every E3 for the next 10 years, just
Oh,
because.
There has to be a whole show dedicated to just bashing on Bethesda for that. It's ridiculous. And then
It's 'cause
after
the
all-
Skyrim thing, people hate it that much that they keep on replaying that fucking. Don't buy it.
well, no, the
Well,
game's
it's true.
great.
It's a great game, but
Yeah, but come on.
let's
And
let it
then,
die.
Yeah, all the memes came out after they did their conference. And then 2 days later when Sony did theirs, there's more Skyrim on coming to VR. It just doesn't stop.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, And it's great, like we said, it's a great game, but you know, give me something new.
I just don't want to see it anymore. So I'll get to another thing that I don't want to see anymore. So you think Nintendo won, quote unquote, won E3 with
Yeah,
just
because
they actually had announcements?
Yeah, due to the fact that they don't ever care, and then they came out and they're like, "Hey, we're not even going to show you these games, but we're making them." And everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
What do you think of Mario Odyssey?
It looks cool, but I mean, that's just another funky Mario game in the whole tradition of, hey, we released a new console, we have to put a Mario game on it.
I mean, that's true, but it did look cool though. I thought it looked kind of fun.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like Mario, Sunshine was pretty cool too, but
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't go down in my list of like top 3 Mario games, but then again,
yeah, but I mean,
owned a Nintendo console in a very long time.
yeah, and you're not going to buy one to play Mario.
No, I won't. You're right.
Exactly.
I won't.
Exactly. Now, Mario 64 remake. Then we're getting closer.
Ah, remakes.
Don't.
Then when it comes out, I can't believe they didn't include this. I
Yeah.
can't believe.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Um,
You know what I don't mind? I don't mind homebrew, like people that do it like on their own, but then they get shut down because they didn't have the license for it. I like those because you appreciate it more. But if a studio does it or like gives it to somebody else, then it's trash. No matter what, it's trash.
yeah, I got to be honest. I'm not a fan of remakes. Like, my favorite Mario game, and I've gone on many records saying this, is Super Mario World.
Mm.
And as much as I would kind of love to see just that same game but redone like in the Nintendo Switch, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't care. I don't want to play it again. I can still play it right now on an emulator on my computer.
You don't want to tarnish your idea of what it was.
Yeah, because we kind of had this discussion before. Like, nostalgia is a funny thing because we all think we want that again because of the feelings that we had playing it way back when. But then when we actually play it again, it's like, this kind of sucks. Like, nowadays, like compared to, I have that relationship with Halo. Like, Halo is such a huge part of my gaming life, and I'm not going to say I'll never play it again, but when I play it now, I just think, oh, this is just a worse version of Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
I agree
true,
though.
though. Like,
Yeah, it is.
It's still like Halo 5, I didn't think was a bad game, but it didn't give me the Halo feels that I used to get while playing 1 and 2 and 3. And I just, even when I go back and play those anniversary edition, like, the Master Chief Collection with friends, like, it's fun for like a little while, and then I'm like, all right, like, I just kind of want to play something else now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You know, it is what it is. It's like I'm never gonna say that I'm never gonna say I'll not play a Halo game, but then again, I can't expect it to be the same, and Nintendo fans shouldn't do that either.
All right. Well, yeah.
We all will.
No, I agree. No, the Nintendo fans are crazy about that. They just want the same games released over and over and over again every cycle.
I honestly think I'm just too old for Nintendo. I hate to say it. I just think I'm way too old for Nintendo. I don't appreciate anything they release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's sad to say, but I just don't.
Yeah, I get it. I used to like Fruit by the Foot too, but I don't really like it.
Yeah.
It's a shit gum.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a gum.
That's perfect, Rick. That's perfect.
No.
Oh, bubble tape is something.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah. I get it. It's perfect.
Let's not get our snacks confused. That's one
Yeah.
thing we cannot do on this show.
6 feet of bubble gum for you.
Yeah.
Not the-
Yeah, I get it. So,
What do you think of the high percentage of, hey, we're going to show you a game that's a sequel to another game? Like, the lack of new IPs was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, we talked about that like during the in our chat. We were kind of like, I think we all had the sense of like, oh, that looks cool, but like, where's that moment? Like, where's that moment where I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah, I mean, that game Anthem kind of grabbed that for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I
That
just-
looks pretty cool.
It does, but like, is it gonna look like that?
No, there's not a chance in hell. There's no fucking way.
It looked awesome, and what they were saying, like even during that short little preview, they're like, oh, well, it's gonna be kind of like Destiny, and there's gonna be like loot grabs, but instead of like, I took it as like instead of having subclasses, we're gonna have different mechs that we can get into, mech suits,
Yeah.
and we can upgrade those mech suits however we want. And
Yeah.
he said almost fully customizable, and it looked and this is made to look this way, obviously, but in the E3 trailer, it looked like that entire place is ready to explore. You can just jump down there and go wherever you want.
And it's all beautiful
And
all the time.
and it's all gorgeous. And then upon further review, I'm like, man, that looks awful lot like a flight path where they're not going to deviate far off of it.
Yeah.
You know, the one guy takes like a higher road, but how much of that can I actually explore?
Yeah, do you remember how awesome the Division looked when we first saw it?
Exactly.
Oh,
And then when we
I
got-
like the game. The dead zone was retarded. That ruined it.
Yeah,
The game was just flawed, but Rick's right. I mean, when we saw that game, we were like, "Oh my god, is this the game we all
Yeah.
want?" Like, is
Destiny
this-
Killer.
Yeah, but we all are like, "Oh my god, we can just go across New York City and this random stuff happens, and we're gonna be in this fire team squad shouting out commands and no,
searching abandoned buildings
Yeah.
and finding loot and everything.
They messed that up when they wouldn't let you play with other people and like have your own level people or bosses and all that other shit. You'd have to play the highest level. And it's like you can't do shit half the time. It's like, well, fuck this shit. I had
Yeah.
to play by myself.
yeah,
Beat the damn thing, but still.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's 100%. It's like it's one of the, and that's I'm holding out hope for Anthem. Obviously, it's BioWare and it looks
but-
it looks awesome. And
But
go ahead.
well, that Mass Effect Andromeda though just wasn't.
Oh,
again-
the blame game?
No. That was a small studio that is within BioWare that did it. That's now like closed.
Well, that's the thing is like most people are like crushing Anthem because that's the game that killed Mass Effect. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
That is the game that effectively shut down Mass Effect forever.
Yeah, it's put on hold indefinitely right now.
So,
But I mean, it looks. I mean, just the visuals, and that's another comparison I was making to Division, not just necessarily the hype, but just how beautiful the game looked. And then when we got to Division, it's like, oh, it didn't look anything like that trailer we saw 3 years ago.
That was terrible.
still look good. I still maintain my stance on this.
Nothing close.
No.
Yeah, it was gorgeous,
Yeah, it was amazing.
but it was all pre-scripted, pre-rendered shit. You know, they-
Exactly. We're smart enough to know that that's what happens at these shows,
Mm-hmm.
and that everything that looks that good, let's just assume it's not going to look that good, unless we're seeing gameplay. Which brings me to Sony's press conference, and this is why I like Sony's press conference every year. Let me say that this year did not wow me. Well, I kind of we'll go over what we thought was cool, but it didn't wow me at all like I actually thought they were going to. But I love the way they just kind of go into their games and they're actually playing them. Like this isn't just like a CGI trailer. They're really playing Days Gone. You know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah.
I don't think they did that. I think Uncharted was an actual trailer, but they play a lot of the games they're actually showing,
yeah,
which I like because then I'm like, oh, okay, this is the game.
yeah. It gives you just a rough like how it plays, which is nice.
Yeah. Visuals, I always like hold my excitement because
The water.
you can take anything, 5 minutes of gameplay and make it look super amazing, awesome. And then once the actual game comes out, you're like, oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
But at least I know how it plays. And Anthem, they're showing me gameplay, but I'm like, I don't know. This,
I don't trust it.
yeah, exactly. It just didn't have that feel.
like, hey Jack, don't you have to level up? Yes, thank you.
Look at I'm gonna try out my new mortar on these guys. Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I
Yeah,
hate that shit.
yeah, it's true. But speaking of Sony's press conference, it was strange how they did it, but there was no moments to even have any cringy things happen. You know what I mean? Which was great. That's what I supported about
Yeah,
it.
like they couldn't stumble. They were
Because they
playing
just
it
did-
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, they just had weird freaking guys twirling in the air and stuff like that. But I mean, at least it wasn't a
That was
car.
Interesting. That was yeah, exactly. We'll get to that later. But I will tell you what turned me off about Sony's press conference.
Yeah.
They started it with all that cool stuff going on, and I'm like, oh shit! Like, what is this?
Yeah,
it can't
like,
be
what are we
Assassin's
gonna get?
Creed because that they just showed that on Microsoft stage. Sony wouldn't open with that. Then I'm like, it doesn't really look like The Last of Us 2. And then I got it. I was like, oh my god, they're showing like the half the Uncharted game. They're starting with half of a fucking game. Like,
Yeah.
this Uncharted game is not a full Uncharted game. It's like a $30 game.
Yeah, but that's like their big thing. Naughty Dog's like their main producer right now. So
Yeah, so Last of Us 2.
yeah, but
I mean, they could
they're
have
busy
started
working on that Uncharted game.
I mean, I know they're saving The Last of Us 2 for like PSX or whatever it is.
Yeah, I can't believe they announced it like during that conference and not E3. It would have gone over so much better at E3.
I think they should have started because that little cinematic trailer they have with Ellie playing the guitars. That's awesome.
Oh, such a good trailer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
instead we got the Uncharted game, which I will probably buy and I probably will enjoy it. But it's like it's not even a full game.
Yeah, it's like some DLC. They announced DLC. They started the show off.
Metal
Two
Gear Zeros.
DLCs.
Yes, and then it went on to more DLC. Yeah.
And then like they're showing Horizon. I'm like, oh my god, is Horizon 2 already freaking there?
DLC.
And then
DLC.
yeah, like
You gonna buy it though?
Should have bought the
Damn right
deluxe
I am.
edition, nerd.
I'm not selling that game now.
Everybody's gonna buy that shit.
But I just felt it was weird to start the show off.
It
with
was.
that. Like maybe
It
maybe like fourth or fifth in there. Now would have been fine. But that was like, huh? They started with half an Uncharted game and some DLC.
Or maybe they could have taken up the 10 minutes that every booth does where they play the indie games that no one's going to buy.
Oh right, yes, that.
Yeah.
God, Microsoft, just stop it.
Cupman. They've announced Cupman in like 2003.
Excuse
It's finally
me.
coming
Excuse
out.
me. I'm very happy about that.
It looks cool.
It does
I-
look cool.
Yeah.
I probably will have no one to play it with, but I'm excited that it actually has a release date.
Get yourself a cup friend.
Yeah. So what else about Sony did you like or dislike, Saul? What was
Yeah, come on. You know what it is, Saul.
I don't even remember.
Saul saw a bunch of single player games. Was like, what?
All I remember is Destiny, Marvel, and crappy Call of Duty. All that I care about.
You-
all my loves.
Wait, crappy Call of Duty. You didn't like
Yeah.
it?
They didn't
Ah,
show
it's
any
crap. It's
multiplayer.
It's gonna be crap. Until Treyarch makes another Call of Duty, it's gonna be crap. So next year's Call of not the year after. Next year's Call of Duty
Is
will
this
be good.
Sledgehammer? This one or whatever they are?
I think it's the other one. It's
Infinity
the one
Ward?
who not Infinity
I don't
Ward,
even
but
know
the other
anymore.
one. It doesn't matter. It's trash.
Yeah. Way to have continuity between studios.
Yeah, it's trash, dude. It's just trash. You just basically the people are still playing Black Ops 3 right now.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So.
But that Spider-Man trailer, though.
Yo.
Talk about that Sony game.
That's the game that I got the most wow factor out of.
Right?
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Smart though, taking that Batman fucking meta and just using it for
Mhm.
their own.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
And also let's not get so excited because some of those visuals I think aren't going to be as good in the game, but
It's the people
Doesn't
from
matter.
Sunset Overdrive. I think it's the same studio.
yeah, it's Insomniac, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all in. Like
Yeah, that game looks awesome.
now the one thing that was kind of like I was fighting this tooth and nail. I went to work the next day, and I'm like, "Did you guys see Spider-Man?" They're like, "Whatever, man. That shit's not going to be open world." And I'm like, "No, it totally is. You can't have a Spider-Man game in New York City and it's not open world." And then I heard one of the representatives from Insomniac say, "It's mostly open world." And I was like, "Ah,
It's probably broken down into like little sections you can be in.
yeah, I know, but." I understand that would take an insane amount of resources to like.
That's the thing is everybody wants these killer graphics and they want everything open world
Yeah.
and they want it to run on a fucking potato.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. It was wishful thinking, but
Gosh.
But
Rockstar does it.
yeah, I don't. I don't know. I don't know what to say, Saul. I can want it, right? I can wish for it.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly open world might be okay. I want to be able to, like, here's what I want from that game. I want to be able to go from mission to mission, and then when I'm kind of swinging along, like, to get to that point where to start the next mission or whatever, like, I can stop, like, a mugging or, like, a bank robbery that has
That'd be
nothing
cool.
to do with
Yeah.
the game. Like, it's just happening in New York. Like, this stuff happens. And you can just stop.
But then people want to freak out when animations of faces start fucking up because there's too much going on.
Or
I'm
Yeah.
being the other party. I'm like on the developer side now. That's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants all this shit, but they don't. They don't want to get a new console. I'm sticking to my console. It's only been 4 years, but you want all this shit. You want something that only the new fucking Xbox is going to be able to even maybe do at fucking 60 frames per second at 1080p. It's like,
Yeah.
get over yourselves. Get over yourselves.
Oh, can we
Get a
discuss that?
PC.
That's the dumbest name for
Get a
fucking
PC.
console.
oh my god.
The X1X.
Yeah, what is that? What do you call it?
Wait, let's finish up with Sony first because we
Okay.
have lots of things to say. So Days Gone looks awesome. Anybody else? No. Yes?
Yeah, Days Gone.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah,
awesome.
that's the Zambi one, right?
It's like yes.
The bikers on. It's like
Bikers
Sons of
versus
Anarchy.
zombies.
Yeah, Sons of
Oh,
Anarchy.
yeah.
Yeah,
That looks really cool.
It looks
Um,
cool. It's been looking cool. They've showed it. I think showed it at last E3 as well.
They did, but it was kind of like just this quick trailer thing. Like this time,
Yeah.
it actually was. They were like running a mission, and it just looked neato. It looked like Far Cry with bikers and zombies. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. I guess a lot of people are excited about that. I never played it, so
Yeah, it's a remake, by the way. A lot of people didn't realize that. It's not a.
Yes.
It's not a.
I mean, it looked cool. Like the art direction was cool, but
Oh yeah, people fucking love that game.
What about God of War?
yeah, looked
That looks
cool.
it looks cool. A guy said it perfect. He's like, they're taking the old God of War formula and moving it to like Norse mythology. So you're gonna have like all new because he's already killed everybody. He killed Zeus and all that already. So
Well,
you
see,
just
I
gotta do
wouldn't
something
know.
else now.
Like, this is like PlayStation 4 is the first PlayStation I've ever owned while it was actually like a relevant
Not a-
console. So
Yeah, you didn't buy it at a garage sale.
yeah, yeah, no, or it wasn't given to me.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
So yeah, exactly. So this would be my first God of War game. So I'm like pretty excited about it.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
they're pretty fun, dude. Action RPG button mashers.
Yeah, I'm totally in. I'm
Yeah.
totally in. Give me some quick time events in there too to finish off a boss. I'm down.
Yeah. But then I don't really think there was much else. They did show Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Saul was like geeking over that one.
It's not done yet, and oh gosh, dude. It's just like everybody from Destiny, everybody from every other freaking game now has this. They want something new. Then they get something new, and they're like, well, this isn't like the old one.
This isn't what I wanted.
So they're complaining because the animations are new and different. And then they're complaining that a lot of the moves were taken from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But they said that this new shit they don't like the new characters. But then the characters that you do get, you don't like that they have similar moves. And then they go,
I mean-
well, it doesn't have the move that I want, so I don't like that. I'm like, oh my fucking... After all these people cried for so long about Marvel,
Yeah.
did they really expect to get the same thing? When you look at all the Marvels past, none of them are similar. You got X-Men versus Street Fighter, you got Marvel versus Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom 2, Marvel versus Capcom 3. None of them were alike. Animation styles, for the most part, were different, even if they were like anime style.
Yeah.
And they're just crying and crying and crying. But when they got down and they actually played it, like the pro players actually played it, like Yipes, IFC Yipes, Justin Wong, something Filipino champ. They all played it and they fucking loved it because there's so many different mechanics in the game now that you can't get stuck in bullshit. They fixed so much shit that everybody cried about in the FGC, and they're just they're so angry that it's not the style that they wanted in. That some facial animations are a little bit retarded. It's not even done yet. This is the thing that they released out on the beta is like a quarter of the way done. The one that they used in demos when they were playing it at E3 or whatever, that was halfway done. So the game's not even fucking done yet, and they're just crying about it. And it's like, you know what's gonna happen is they're gonna play that bitch and they're gonna love the shit out of it.
Man,
I don't know.
gamers are just such.
God, just getting sick of it, man.
Just
Just getting
assholes.
sick of it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yep.
I'm to blame sometimes for some of that, but I get it. I mean, we want what we want, and then when we get that, it's like, no, that's not what I wanted. Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Your vision didn't match up with my vision. You know, like, yeah, no shit. Like, I don't know. You're 100% right, though. I mean, what'd you guys think? Because I was kind of excited for obviously, we're all big Destiny fans, so I was kind of excited for the Destiny 2 reveal. I was a little underwhelmed. I mean, I liked getting to see Gary, but I was kind of underwhelmed by that trailer. But Bungie kind of likes to do things in their own court. Like, they don't like showing their best stuff at those bigger shows. They show their best stuff on their live streams.
You know, when they stand out.
Yeah, it's just all about them, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's fine, because I had somebody I work with that I played Destiny 1 with on Xbox, and he said, man, that trailer kind of was just a letdown. He's like, I kind of expected more, and I was like, well, did you see the ones a couple weeks ago from the live stream? The Destiny 2 reveal? He's like, no, I didn't even know that they had that. And I said, you got to watch that one, man. Like, those were way better.
That's where the real fans were. The 500,000 of us that were watching it on Twitch, and who knows how many on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure me and Saul watched the live Destiny live stream in Mexico when we were down there on the cruise.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
We're like, hold on, we're gonna get some tacos and watch this live stream.
Yep.
you know, I think we all understand that Destiny lost a lot of fans. We don't really care.
Yeah.
Because I was down on them for a while, like Bungie. I was like, man, what are they doing? And I cared because I liked the game so much. And then they pretty much did everything anybody wanted them to do, and they fixed everything, and they tried to make the game be what we have been asking for. And I think they did a pretty damn good job.
I never asked for special ammo to spawn only once every 10 minutes.
It's not that bad, dude. I honestly
I know. The meta is really not that bad.
It's better now, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
I like the exclusive content that the PlayStation 4 is getting.
I do too, but I mean, in the long run, that shit doesn't even matter. Honestly,
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
People are. Oh God, I can't believe they're doing it again. I'm like, honestly,
I can believe it.
Yeah,
I
of
know.
course.
The millions of dollars says otherwise.
Yep.
But I've been on the other side of that fence. Like, I've been on the Microsoft side. I played Destiny, and I played Destiny at the same time you guys were playing on the PS4, and I didn't have one of those yet.
You missed
and
the hawk.
we talked about Destiny, right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about it a lot. We played. Okay, yeah. We shared some memories. Oh, I ran Crota today. Oh, that's cool. Whatever. Never once was I like, oh man, that exotic weapon you guys got that I don't have, because it doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't.
Because when you're playing with people on Xbox, they don't have it either. So you don't even miss it. You don't know what you're missing at all. You're like, oh, yeah, that one strike we have that you don't have is so cool. Now, I never heard that.
Nope. One of the biggest questions streamers get is they were actually talking about it the other day about one of these things on, I think, Crucible Radio, and they're like, we just always hear, what level is that? I've never seen that before. That's all they get. And then they're like, oh, cool, that's it. There's no, like, rant. People just say, what is that? Oh, all right. Oh, what good is that? I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's not that big of a deal.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. It doesn't affect gameplay. Like, we're not playing cross-platform. It's not like you're using Hawk Moon on me, and I'm like, hey, what is that thing? So, yeah, just stop with that bullshit, all right? I'm pretty sure that Microsoft could have tried to pony something up, and they didn't.
What about those rigs that they had for the PC version?
Dude,
and
that,
it still wasn't fucking maxed
He's
out.
at medium.
That has to say,
But-
you're gonna need something beefy to power that shit up, because that's a pretty beefy
I
setup.
was watching Dado's footage,
Mhm.
and he shows you the settings in his footage, and that shit is on medium.
Yeah.
And then he comes out of it and starts playing, and I'm like, that shit is still gorgeous.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What do you think it's gonna take, Rick? What do you think it's gonna take to run that
I
shit?
think Rick knows.
well, they were using 1080 Ti's. It'll probably take an SLI version of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I don't even know because maybe AMD. I think the new AMD CPUs can probably handle it for sure.
The Ryzen.
Yeah, I mean, you should do that. But I mean, even I don't think any AMD cards will be able to handle it because it's sponsored by NVIDIA.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while for those drivers to release for AMD
Yeah.
because
True.
NVIDIA likes to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So the game's going to run like shit on an AMD rig probably for about a month until they get their hands on the game and get to make a driver for it. But I'd say probably SLI 1080 Ti's. That's if you
Two of them, right?
Yeah,
two of them.
Yeah.
That means
Water
two,
cooled.
ladies and gentlemen. That means two.
But you have to realize they're running it at like true 4K 60 FPS on
Yeah.
medium setting.
Oh yeah. No, I
If
mean,
you want to run 1080p at 120 FPS because it's going to be unlocked, you can do that on almost any graphics card. It's just that true 4K
Yeah.
that everybody wants is just
like I could run that PC game at 1080p and 60 frames per second, and on my rig, and I would be like, it would look amazing. to me.
Oh, yeah.
it's still you'd probably be running it like on high settings, and then if you want to go to I'm talking about if you want to run this game on ultra 4K.
Yeah.
Maxed
we're
out.
talking.
You're gonna
60
need
frames
to-
per second. Just leave it at that. 60 frames per second.
If you're building it, $1,800.
Didn't that look weird though?
oh my gosh!
No, No, that's just in video cards.
No,
Yeah.
it's 1,200 in video cards, and then I'm giving you 600 for cheap motherboard processor.
No, 'cause
RAM.
you
Yeah,
do it
yeah, you can't bottleneck it,
gotta do
dude.
it right. You gotta do it right. Price it for doing it right.
You're at like, for me, you're probably at like
2,400.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
Good
not
job.
including the $600 4K monitor. You
That's
buy.
almost as much as the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed.
What about the hard drive? You think the hard drive? You think like how big do you think
All
that
them
SD drive?
DLCs.
Well, they're already saying right now they saw the source file that they were using for it for Destiny 2, and it was I think it's already like 17 gigs bigger than the whole Destiny 1 game with all the DLC combined.
Well, that's good. That's good news.
Yeah. So the game's bigger on release than Destiny 1 is currently. However, we are talking about upscaled 4K on PlayStation.
Let's
So
talk-
That's going to take up more memory.
Let's talk a little bit more about Destiny before we move on. And I just want to get you guys' thoughts on. So, us three like Destiny personally, and I'm going to speak for all of us. I think we still play Destiny for A, the mechanics, and B, the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the only reason.
the multiplayer is, it's
Okay.
It's good. It's not like the best.
And they've worked on that
They-
for this one.
No, it's
It's
a
still,
lot
it's
better.
always fun though.
It's always
I think
fun,
it's
but would it be as fun if we played with each other? I don't know. It'd still
Probably
be
not.
good, but whatever. But I think the key to Destiny 2 and keeping the player base large is to have that story element, right? The PvE needs to be engaging, and there has to actually be a coherent, cohesive story.
I mean, I have full faith that they're going to keep mechanics perfect like they have in every
Yes.
game they've ever made.
Yes.
So that's a given. I'm going to give them that off
Yes. So, and we've heard about these writers coming in and writing this game. But Luke Smith was talking the other day, and he's been quoted, several times saying that the Exo Stranger and the darkness that's so often referred to in the original Destiny 1 story, they just cut it out. Like, it's gone. Like, they're not even going to explain it away. It's just like, we started over, and they're not involved.
that. Well, we never knew who they were, so I mean, it's not
No,
like,
but it kind of it's upsetting a little bit to me personally. I don't know if it affects you guys at all, but I'm saying like, well, I mean, okay, because Destiny 1 has a good base story. Like it does kind of make you wonder, okay, where did these characters come from? Like the darkness is spreading and the traveler
Yeah.
is spreading the light. Like those were good terms to use. And they're like,
But
yeah,
it's
we're not going to
not
explain
playoff
what the
sport.
darkness is exactly. We know that the Hive worship the darkness, but
Maybe that's something for Destiny 3 or something. Who knows?
he kind of alluded to the fact that it might show up in Destiny 3, but then he's talking about like some comics. So I don't know. I think basically they're like, yeah, let's just scrap that bullshit because we don't know where we were going with that.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to realize the whole story of Destiny 1 was rewritten, like, what, 13 months before the game released? So,
yeah.
like, that they may not. This may actually be going back to the original track they wanted to take after the success of the first game. You never know.
Yeah, it
That's what I'm
worries me
hoping.
a little bit because I don't want there to be kind of like these questions from Destiny 1 and then just to kind of pretend like it never existed. He did say also that Destiny 1's really kind of like Destiny 0 and then Destiny 2 is actually Destiny 1. That's what he was referring to. So I'm kind of like, okay.
I get it.
So we just played a really expensive beta. It's like basically.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of fun and I put in a lot of hours on that beta, so whatever.
Network is supposed to be a lot better. From what I've heard, is that they're not dedicated servers, but they're so close to being dedicated servers, but they don't want to say they're not dedicated servers.
Right.
The only thing that's not on their end is player movement.
Yes.
That's still P2P. But other than that, everything I believe is on their end data-wise. So it's so close, like just the tip, and you're just moving it around.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a tip.
a little bit.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
They're saying for all intents and purposes it is dedicated servers, like from the outside perspective, but Destiny doesn't want to. Bungie doesn't want to call it that.
Yeah,
because-
because if they did, someone would call them out on it. It'd be stupid. It's like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
which
use
is-
that terminology.
Yeah, and that's fine. They said I think it's pretty much right now it's almost all dedicated servers on Destiny 1 except for all the in-game objects are being rendered P2P.
Yeah.
So everything that's not what you're seeing on the screen is dedicated. So it's fucking that doesn't make sense to me. It seems like kind of a waste of time.
PC version is not a port.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Ground up.
Yep.
hmm
And it is
Well,
releasing substantially later.
Yeah, like 1 month, a month and a half, right?
A month and 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they built the player base with the consoles. They gotta stay
Part
true.
of me like wants to buy it on PC just to see how it looks, but I'm not.
I'll wait till they do one of these big packs for like fucking $60 with everything on it.
Steam Summers. Oh, it's going to be on the Blizzard store too. Don't forget.
I don't have a 4K TV yet, guys, but Destiny 2 has made me consider, and I use that word loosely, buying a PS Pro. And it can't be because of the 4K, because it won't even do 4K, I don't think.
It's doing stepped up. 4K.
But that's
Not
the
real.
that's the thing is the actual gameplay. Yeah, because it upscales it, right? It's like
upscaled 1080p.
All right. So, and the frame rate's still locked at 30, which is fine for me. Because actually, when they were showing the PC gameplay at like 60, it was weird. Like,
Yeah, but
I was watching Unknown Player, and he's like jerking all around, like
It's too real.
Yeah, but it's like
Weird.
weird in like the like the first time you fingered a girl. It's weird in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you never know if you like it until you keep going. I guess. I mean,
Like, oh, what's this?
yeah, it just looked weird because I'm not used to it.
Mhm.
It's like, whoa, this is whoa. Yeah. Anyway, but it's made me consider it, and I was like swearing off PS Pro and whatever Scorpio was going to be, which we're going to talk about in a second. Because I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this half-assed crap.
Yep.
I'm going to save my money for the next console because I don't want to buy this one and then get surprised a year and a half later with like PlayStation
You might get
5.
surprised.
Yeah,
Might
you know
get
what?
surprised.
You know what also sucks is that this is going to become a trend now. This is it.
Yep.
Yeah, this
it.
is
They're
this is
selling
the way.
DLC on consoles now.
This is the
Yeah.
new way. Yeah, it is true. It's
fucking
true.
DLC on consoles.
I'm totally down with Phil Spencer's idea for selling like upgrade kits. I'm okay with that. But speaking of Mr. Phil, so Microsoft. So Project Scorpio has a name,
I'm calling Scorpio.
and it's not
Yeah.
a good one.
Microsoft Scorpio would have been cooler.
Yeah, just leave it.
Why not just
It
call
took.
it?
People loved it.
Scorpio's a cool name. It's strong.
It is.
It's a strong name.
It's
Like
It's a
Benjamin.
brand.
They
It's a
could've called-
fucking
they could've
brand that
called
they
it-
built.
You could have. There's logo ideas there. There's like all kinds of shit. Like you could have set it apart, but no, they wanted to build the Xbox family of consoles.
Stupid.
And when they say that, they don't even include the day one version of Xbox One. They just keep mentioning Xbox One S and Xbox One X, which
'Cause
is
they
too
can't
damn
sell the other
close
one.
to the same
Exactly.
fucking number or letter.
Yo, grandma's going to GameStop to buy her grandson a console for Christmas, and she's gonna fuck it up.
Oh, he said he wanted an Xbox One X S. Did you say S? Yeah, that one.
I mean, it's smart. People are gonna be buying them, thinking they're getting their grandkids S's.
I.
It's a terrible name.
I mean,
Really
it's
terrible
half the
It's
price.
terrible.
Terrible
And
name.
All I could think of when they said it was triple X. I'm like, did you just say Xbox One X? There's 3 X's.
What a rush.
Triple X in there. A lot of DMX quotes being thrown around,
Yeah, it's gonna give
which
it to
they
you.
should have played when they announced it. It was like X gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
That's what they should have.
His hat is ashy ass crack lips. Walk out and start singing.
Yeah,
That'd
remember
have been
they-
better than a fucking Porsche.
That used to be Xbox's thing at E3s, like bringing out these singers and all kinds of crazy
Hey.
shit. Okay,
Oh, DMX is smoking crack somewhere, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's
he
bad
could have been
now.
smoking crack on stage. I don't care.
Yep.
X gave it to himself, dude.
Listen, I wanted something different. You guys know I talked about it. I wanted Microsoft to be back.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be. Now, obviously, they're losing. They're going to lose. They lost the race. Let's just put it that way. As far as this generation,
You wanted to be competitive.
I wanted them to kick some ass, man. I want to have some of that competitiveness back.
It only makes everybody better.
It really does. And I'm like, okay, we got this Project Scorpio, this 6 teraflops and all this shit coming around. And I must say, it's a beautiful looking console. The thing looks gorgeous, and it's small. It doesn't have a power brick.
Connect.
No Connect.
Yeah,
All the
they gave up
peripherals
on it.
are exactly the same. You can play all the old discs. You can even put Xbox original discs in there now. That's all cool, except for when they opened, like, let's see what this baby can do, and I called it from 100 miles away,
Oh, yeah.
Forza 7. Are you fucking kidding me?
Nobody likes car games!
No, people love car games, but let's
They
be
don't.
honest. I'm so sick of seeing Forza be the first fucking game in Xbox's lineup for the last 5 E3s. It's a beautiful looking game. I get it. I get they want to display its prowess, graphical prowess, but couldn't you have done that with a fucking first party IP that no one's seen before?
No, they didn't have any.
Exactly.
You know, do you know what would have killed? And the IP is probably available for exclusive content. What would have fucking killed if they would have got that the new Star Wars game, and they had that bitch at like really high resolution, and they had exclusive content for it?
Sony
It
still
would have
got it.
fucking killed. Do they still have it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Every Battlefront commercial I've seen is PlayStation logos at the end. PlayStation.
Because they're winning.
Yeah, 100. Well, their install base is huge. I don't
Yep.
blame them, but
Last generation, every fucking first-person shooter you'd
dude,
see
I would have
advertised.
loved to see any other game. I don't even care if it was like a
Quantum Break,
cutesy
Oh,
fucking
chill
like
out,
Nintendo
bro.
style
Banjo and Kazooie, they own the
Something.
IP.
something. I don't care, but anything but Forza. And they played it so safe. I mean, it looked gorgeous. I wasn't watching it in 4K, Rick. I think you were, right?
Yeah, but the bitrate on YouTube sucks, so it looks like shit anyway.
Yeah, that's all.
And then they bring out the car. Like, no one cares about a car.
And they talked about they're like hyping up. We're gonna have the longest E3 presentation ever, and they talk about a car for 30 minutes.
They're like, this is the car that people at Formula One haven't even seen yet. I'm like, no one fucking cares.
Do you know what? Do you know what even might have saved that to make it awesome? Put the DeLorean in there. Put fucking Knight Rider in there. Put fucking something cool, something that makes people say, "Damn, that's awesome," and sell the shit or include something.
Yeah, the
something.
89 Batmobile. That
I was
was
saying like a $200,000 DLC that comes with Forza right there.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Why would you? And then they had like these these ladies that were like professional race car drivers, and they were playing the games, and they were like, "This is how I experience my vibe at Up
It was so bad. It was
so bad.
And it sucked too because like they debut the console and it was nice looking. I'm like, damn, that's sexy as shit, dude. Look at that thing.
Everything
That is
about
nice.
it sounds awesome, but somehow they're still fucking it up.
I know, dude. I know. If God, if they just had games, I would want that thing so bad.
Right?
Like it eats my computer's lunch and it's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either, man. I don't either. I really don't. I really wanted them to do something like. I would have even taken a Halo 6. I know that they weren't going to play it this year, but I just didn't want to see Forza, dude. Because I knew it was going to happen.
Oh yeah, me and him were watching it together, and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
And the thing is, the press conference they had after that, I didn't think was bad. I didn't think it was bad. They showed some cool stuff. That game last night, that game looked rad, dude. The like pixelized platforming RPG.
Yeah.
That game looked awesome. And then Anthem, they got Anthem, so they have a launch exclusive on that.
Show that! Show shit with that!
And everybody was like, tweeting out like, we're gonna have a drinking game like as many times as Phil Spencer says 4K, take a shot. And, like people were dead. True 4K technology, native 4K resolutions.
God.
Awesome. That's all good. Give me a game to play on it.
Yeah, I know, right? How about DVDs?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was,
Assassin's Creed, I liked that. I liked the look of that.
Yeah.
You know I'm Assassin's Creed guy, so that looked cool.
Climb the pyramids to get your new spawn location.
Yeah. I liked that little platformer they showed with the. It was cool. I wouldn't buy it. I'm just saying it was cool looking. I can't think of it.
I'd say their indie game, their 20-minute long indie game section had some really neat stuff in it.
I liked that Fortnite game too. It seems
From
like
Unreal?
Yeah, I think it is from Unreal.
Mhm.
Is it? Yeah.
Epic Unreal.
Epic. Yeah. There was a lot of co-op games at this E3, which I thought was cool.
Ooh, did you I was watching some of that and they were like, it's like Minecraft, but I guess you don't host it on somebody's server. They actually host it on their servers. So, like what's going on with Rick right now is everybody's got their shit, I guess, on Rick's server.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess since he is not playing, they're like, fucking Rick, tell me to get this game. I can't even go to my shit.
Oh, talking about Minecraft?
Yeah, so like it's Minecraft, but like you don't have to wait for somebody's server to open up to fuck with your shit. Your shit goes everywhere, which I guess is a big thing.
That's why I didn't buy it for PlayStation. And I'm just playing with the guys I work with on PC.
Yeah, and I guess that's something big, and that's where they're really talking
because
about that.
I could log in at any time because I got invited to the Realm because we do the Realm style. So I'm invited to the Realm, and I can just play anytime I want. It doesn't matter. Which, since we brought up the Minecraft, I know Saul, you don't play it, but the 4K was kind of cool. The cross-platform announcement was really cool.
Yeah, Sony's left out of both of those.
That's Sony's fault, dude.
I know. I'm not jiving. I'm not.
That's
Mojang is all about like, hey, we're trying to work with them, and they're just being pains in the ass.
That's the
Yeah.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think it's because it's being hosted on Xbox servers, right?
You need an Xbox Live account to log in.
Yep.
If
And
you're
they
on
said
Switch.
they don't want to subject their player base to that
That's
network.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because they're like, oh, well, we have... what was the quote? We know a lot of adults play Minecraft, but we also have a lot of younger people that play Minecraft, and we don't want them subjected to, what might be out there in different networks. And I'm like,
That's just a spin.
That's dumb.
oh, it's total. Like the same kids that are logging into Call of Duty and playing on PSN, and I'm on PSN. We're the nastiest fucking people out there. Like, what are you talking about?
You ain't lying.
That shit's everywhere. That's just online gaming, and at that point, that's on the parents.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason that Sony should be the ones dictating like that parental control that doesn't exist, like phantom excuse.
Yeah, no one's ever dropped an N-bomb on PlayStation Network, too.
No,
Yeah.
they don't even curse.
Never
Just
have.
called my
Never
mom
have.
anything daily 10 times a day
Yeah,
with a bad accent.
stupid laugh.
Shoulder charge.
Shoulder charge. Shoulder charge.
So I mean, God, I got so excited about that cross-platform, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, you can't. You're Sony, you can't do that.
Even iPhone, you can cross-platform on your fucking iPhone.
You
And
just need an Xbox Live login. That's all.
okay.
So, yeah. What did you guys think about like? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say overall it was a pretty disappointing E3. Just because I keep always thinking back to 2 years ago on 2015 and that one when it was just fucking game after game after game after
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and yeah, it was.
Because I mean, but those were the first years those consoles were out and big.
Yeah.
I think it was like the second year, right? It was like.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
teams had time to develop games for the new consoles. So then it was just like boom.
I guess the one good thing about the Xbox One X is that I'm hearing a lot of from the dev kits they handed out. I'm hearing a lot of things about the developers saying it's the easiest console to develop on, which is
Yeah, it's just like a PC.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is-
Windows, isn't it?
yeah. I mean that's good. However, again, the games get some IP. Crackdown got completely revamped.
Oh, Overwatch?
Uh,
Or no, that's Saints Row. That's Saints Row. Pardon me.
So Crackdown with Terry Crews.
Yeah,
So
that's
do you remember 2 years ago when they announced this and they're like complete destruction, and that was
Yeah.
the big selling point was like our Azure cloud servers can handle this complete city destruction,
nah.
and then they took it out of. Here's the fucking weird part. They took it out of the campaign, and it's only in multiplayer. Does that even make sense?
But here's my opinion on that. When your biggest like hype train you got going on for games is a fucking Crackdown 3, I mean, like the other Crackdown games were good, but they were like, you know, like
I didn't
Mediocre.
8 out of 10s. You know what I mean?
I didn't
It ain't like when Red Dead Redemption 2 got announced a few months back when everybody was like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
That was a 10 out of 10. And Crackdown was fun, but it's not like this is going to save Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like they're in any
Well,
trouble or anything, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, nothing's
Crackdown.
at this point. They've conceded the loss. Being an Xbox owner as well, I just want some games to play.
Yeah, it'd be nice, huh?
That's all. Some different IP. I mean, that's all.
How
I
you get
want.
Forza?
No, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Far Cry 5 looks really cool. I know you're not a Ubisoft guy, Rick. That's okay. I am.
No, I mean they've been getting better. They're not releasing such trash on PC anymore. I mean, if I'm going to play an open world game like that, that's a single player like only game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play it on PC because I want the best experience that I could have, in my opinion. Of
I'm
course.
gonna. I mean, I'm hoping.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, but for the games that I play with my friends, you go where your friends are.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
my friend-
number one biggest thing is
Yeah.
where are your friends playing? I mean,
And so, like, I was watching that Microsoft conference, and I didn't really care about anything they were saying. Not to sound rude, but I don't play with anybody
yeah.
on Microsoft, so I
Yeah.
just didn't. They weren't selling me anything. You know what I mean?
I think it's cool though to watch it and hope that they bring out something awesome because that means
yeah.
that fucking PlayStation has to be like, oh fuck, we got to step it up, and that's why Phil was talking about maybe getting the Pro. And from what the people at the fucking stock market and all the stock exchange, their experts are saying that PS5 is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming, and they are usually head on with this shit. So I wouldn't buy anything.
Already?
Yet. Yeah, they say it's coming.
They talked about people were saying they wouldn't be surprised if we would have saw something at E3 about it.
Yeah, I was waiting,
And
but
I
it's
guarantee you PSX is going to have something.
coming. It's fucking coming, dude.
Because the Pro isn't good enough. Let's be
No,
honest.
it's not.
It's just not.
No, it really isn't. I mean, I have one. I will say that it's a little faster, but that's really it. But I have a couple games that are the 4K compatible, but I really haven't played a lot. Horizon looked really good. I'll tell you that much. I'm playing it on a 4K monitor, but I mean,
Horizon
don't
looks
really
good on my
notice it.
1080p TV too.
yeah. The thing is you're
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
playing on
beautiful game.
Yeah, I'm playing on a 27-inch monitor, so even 1080p looks really good on a 27-inch monitor.
Mhm.
So
I'm we're all techie guys, so like it bothers me that I don't have 4K yet, but at the same time, it's like it's financially prudent for me not to just jump in to this kind of half, you know, and like I said, the Xbox One X seems to be the machine that you would want for 4K gaming in a console environment,
mhm.
but there's nothing on it, so.
Mhm.
I would need to wait and see. Like, okay, what kind of games are you going to have? What kind of games, third-party games, are going to get a true 4K update? You know, like where I'm going to be playing those games at that native resolution, or at least a really well done upscale. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
There really hasn't been that many PlayStation 4 games that have been upscaled since the release. I thought they were going to do like we're going to make our recent library all 4K compatible.
That's what they said they were gonna do, but
And they
I
didn't
haven't
do
seen
it.
much of it.
I think.
Which
Nope.
means what's coming up?
Yeah, they have to answer Microsoft in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't even announce a price reduction for the Pro. Like they don't even care.
Yeah.
That's what upsets me, because I know, being a recent Sony adopter, but paying attention to this industry for a number of years, I know Sony can get very complacent when they're winning. But they just
did it
drop,
for like 8 years after the PlayStation 2.
yeah, they just drop games on us recently, and so we're like, oh, eating that shit up. But hopefully that continues. You know, I hope that they continue to get. If they want, they continue to get the DLC and all the exclusive content for their machine, because the install base is so huge.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that exclusive console content exclusivity is bad for the consumer. But I mean, that's just the way of the world right now, and you have to deal with
you
it.
can't argue against it. I mean, we've
Yeah, I
had
mean,
this discussion 100 times. Like,
Yeah, they make so much money off it; it's ridiculous.
the thing you always come back to is like, it's a business, dude. They're
Yeah,
not,
I know.
They're not here for you. They're here to make money, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I would say the developers are here for us. Like, they're making the art that they love, but at the same time, they're nowhere without the publishers, and the publishers are business based. So, that game Lawbreakers looks really cool, but I think that's only for PlayStation and PC. That's not coming to Xbox.
That's annoying.
So, and the guy was like, so the guy's like, you know, what about Xbox? He's like, you know, you made all those games for, that was Gears of War Studio. Not Gears of War.
No, not Gears of War.
Somebody, I can't remember. Damn it.
What's the name of their?
Not prepared. They had made a bunch of games for Xbox, and now it's like kind of like Bungie, and now they're gonna come out for PlayStation at first. And they asked him about it, and he's like, "Look, I'm sorry, but the install base is much larger, so we're gonna start there, and maybe move over to Xbox later."
Looks very generic though.
Well, let's be honest. There's gonna be a lot of Overwatch clones.
Yeah.
I don't know much. I don't know enough about Lawbreakers to say one thing or another, but that's all they give you is that kind of trailer. So you can get into.
Looks
the
like
beta.
those GI Joes that you buy at the dollar store.
Yo, the GI Hose.
GI
I'm
Hose.
I'm keeping it real for you guys. That's what it looks like to me. When I like the character models are trash.
You better get your
Like,
Mega
there's-
Blocks, bitch.
There's just nothing like they're like Bionicles, bro.
Bionicles.
They are the Bionicles.
No,
Somebody likes
No.
that shit.
Somebody does. They're still
Trek
making them.
Wars,
What's the bootleg Overwatch game? Battletoads or something?
Battleborn.
Battleborn.
Battleborg. Battleborn, the one that
Yeah, Battleborn.
the one
Yeah.
that Shicky bought.
Yeah, on accident.
Like a champ.
Controller fell.
Was in the $5 box. Of
He's like, no, it's pretty good. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. That's like when you get fucking what's that gun with the bad range?
which one? Oh, Ill Will.
Ill will. It's like when you get an ill will. Like, that's pretty good. That's
Nah,
stability,
stability, though.
That's stability, though.
Oh, God.
I don't know, dude. It's something that's kind of cool for like $15 or for free on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, we don't know how
Yeah.
much it's going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not a lot of information about it. Speaking of that, right now, if you pre-order the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC, it's like $5 off, so that's cool.
Yo.
So I'll probably do that tomorrow. I want to close, though, with one of my favorite games from E3, and it's a company that gets a lot of shit for stuff they make, or recently, which is, well, it's always EA, right? The publisher that gets shit
Yeah.
on all the time. But DICE, who are some of my favorites because I'm a Battlefield geek, but Battlefront 2 looks fucking
Amazing.
awesome.
It and Spider-Man killed it for me.
Yeah.
Even though I love Marvel and shit and Destiny was great, like I'm used to that, but for me to be blown away by that game, fucking the Star Wars shit, I was like, and the
was
Spider-Man
fun,
shit,
man.
like I'm not used to being blown away by those games. So I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, holy shit, dude, this is amazing. I'm buying it. I don't care. I know I said I wasn't gonna buy anything but Marvel and fucking Destiny this year, but I'm gonna buy those games.
Battlefront looks good. I mean,
It does. It's just not, it ain't my jammy jam, but it does look. It looks really nice.
I feel like it's a game. Like it's kind of like Titanfall for me. Like
Yep.
Titanfall 2 was so fun, and we're just so hooked on Destiny that we just don't play it. But I like having it around just in case. Like I feel like Battlefront 2, we'll play it for like a solid 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and then we'll go back to Destiny 2, and then it's always like that one day will come like, hey, you guys want to play Battlefront? Like, yeah, let's do that. Like, I don't know. I might get Battlefront 2 for PC. I don't know.
I'm thinking PC, dude. I'm thinking PC.
I'm thinking PC. Yeah,
Because
if
that
I get
third
it.
person with the mouse and keyboard
Yeah,
would be so
I heard
much
that's
better.
the way to play it, dude. I heard that's the way to play it if you're gonna play it.
Well, if you guys are on PC, I'm definitely going to go PC.
I'm down.
Because it looks gorgeous. It looks like the old Battlefronts. The hero player models were much improved. Darth Maul was like awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
They have air to ground combat. Rick.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that they had some spaceships towards the end of the previous. It looked like there
Yeah.
might be some
They have
spaceship
space
battles.
battles. There's a campaign.
Yeah,
There's
is
co-op.
everything that should have been that I gave him shit for in the last game.
Yep.
Yep.
Basically everything.
And they got rid of those stupid medallions on the battlefield that you had to get to actually spawn in a ship or spawn as a hero. Now they're using it like a point system. So you earn like these battle points, and if you have enough, you can buy a hero and you can use him for the next round, or you can spawn in a ship or a tank or whatever it is, which is kind of the way Halo 5 did it with those rec points.
Oh gosh.
You could buy certain things. But it's all in game. It's not like microtransactions.
Yeah.
So, but that's better because I'm not trying to run for the TIE Fighter medallion and then somebody just jumps in and gets it right away.
Yeah.
And then the time I finally do get it, there's like ace combat person on the other team in the air and I get blown up in 2 seconds. Which will probably still happen, but at least I can buy another one whenever I want to.
I hope they use that that filter that they used on the last Star Wars game that made it look really, really fucking awesome on PC.
May look pretty.
Because that shit, I saw that and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, the game looks visually amazing. Absolutely
I
incredible.
bet they will. There are dedicated servers, which is amazing. And the only thing I haven't read about that I really wish they do for this game, like they do for Battlefield, is the server browser.
Oh, like on
Yeah.
on PC, on the old Battlefield games and stuff.
Well, even all the Battlefield games, they still have those, and they're the best things ever because
Yeah, it is awesome.
you can play the map you want. You can favorite the servers that you like to play in. I mean, those are really cool. So, I don't know. I just wanted to close up with that because I thought that was, aside from Spider-Man, which was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 was my favorite thing to see. That looked really
Yeah.
cool.
They were talk about just really quick. Go over the big surprises that were there. There wasn't
Should
a
be
lot.
pretty quick.
Yeah, it will be quick. We had the Beyond Good and Evil from Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, fuck, dude, that looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, cult classic game that people still love. So they're doing that one. That game's apparently been in development for like 12 years now.
Saul, did you see
Oh
that?
shit!
Did you see that one?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. Yeah, you
Looks
need to watch
cool.
that trailer when we get out of here.
Shadow of the Colossus remake. We already touched on that, but that looked crazy. It looked really cool. That was unexpected. And then what Nintendo did with
Metroid.
Metroid and that Pokemon's game. That was nuts. Out of nowhere. There you go.
I guess Pokemon's. I don't know. Never been.
Yeah,
into
it's not really my. It was before my
Huge
or after my time, but
Yo, I watched that shit. I'm old as fuck.
oh yeah, and one more Metro, the new Metro game.
That
Yeah.
we forgot to
gonna
talk
be-
about that for Xbox.
It's gonna be open world.
That looked awesome too.
Yeah,
Did look
Metro,
awesome.
Metro's cool.
See, yeah. I mean, if I had a lot of disposable income, I would just buy the Xbox One X just because. I don't, so they have to sell me on it. But yeah, that game looked beautiful.
Well, they'll have more time to sell you on it.
I don't know, man. $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah. Well,
You know what it does have though?
4K.
A 4K Blu-ray player.
That's just a property of Sony. That's funny. That's the weird thing about it.
Funny thing.
Oh, that is hilarious, especially because everybody said that the HD fucking one that they had on Xbox was the one that was going to make it. And I was like, there's no way in hell, bro. There's no way in hell.
Nope.
And then Sony, for undisclosed reasons, decides the PS Pro doesn't need 4K Blu-ray player, where the Xbox One S has one.
Oh, gosh.
Don't understand that at all.
Yeah, it's weird. Whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Any other final thoughts, you guys? I'm not thinking of anything. I'm sure I'll think of like 20 things when we stop recording, but
Yeah, it's cool. If you think of something, we might do this again.
Mm-hmm.
hopefully. It took me
Yeah.
forever to...
Oh, I know in the next one we have to do a week after Destiny 2 comes out.
Oh, yeah. So okay, so I'm taking a couple days off work.
I
I'm
am
thinking
too.
about taking a half day for the beta, at least one day. Probably the day of July 18th, I think, was when that comes out. You said you're taking some days off, Rick?
Yeah, for the release.
The game, yeah.
Yeah.
How about
When
you,
is the
Saul?
beta? It's August.
I'm home at 12 o'clock, so it don't matter.
Yeah, fuck you. July 18th is the beta.
Oh.
So
Through
July,
the 23rd, I think.
23rd. Yeah. It was funny because they're like, early access with PlayStation. And then they're like, Xbox beta come July 19th. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
One
Yep.
day. Which is cool for me and you. And you. But
Yeah, I actually have to work that weekend of the 22nd, so I will be taking some time off.
yeah. I don't know.
Somewhere gets screwed.
I'm not expecting much from the beta as far as like things to do. Just kind of like the Destiny 1 beta. It was cool to get the feel of the game, but there wasn't a lot to do. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting more of the same.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned about it. So.
And I'm still excited about Sea of Thieves because I played the technical alpha a couple times, and they keep adding some cool shit in there. So
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2
Oh yeah, Wolfenstein 2.
looks amazing.
Well, it's like I guess it's 2 because the other one was like 1.5, right?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Looks amazing.
That was the only thing. That was the only positive thing that came out of that shit show Bethesda put on.
Yeah, bro. So much hate. And I was like, everybody's hating on Skyrim because I don't care.
Well,
And I'm just
There-
like, yo, Wolfenstein 2.
that's the problem though. We want to love Skyrim and remember it,
Yeah,
but
remember.
we can't ever forget
Yeah.
it because they keep shoving it down our fucking throats.
I don't want to take grandma up on her birthday every year, man. Just let her be.
But how beautiful was Wolfenstein 2, though?
It was nice, yeah,
I didn't even
but you
play
know what I was
Wolfenstein
mad
1.
about? It wasn't.
Wait, did we just pull the Berenstain Bears on Wolfenstein? You said Wolfenstein.
Universes collide.
Depends on how Jewish you are. My name's Saul. What do you expect?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I don't know that
All right.
hair. That's
Yo.
I trimmed it up today.
I was thinking of that release that came out, like of leaked information from Bethesda. It hyped it up to be like the best announcement I could ever want, and then it wasn't real. So I mean, I got upset at something that wasn't even real. But my hopes got built up so high with a fucking bullshit story posted on 4chan to just be disappointed.
Well,
Just never listen to the trolls.
Yeah,
I
know.
think Rick stated the biggest surprises. He was probably pretty accurate with that, and I think the biggest one to keep our eyes on, probably for us three, is Anthem for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm watching the trailer now.
And
It
we'll
plays
see.
right into my little sandbox I like right now. So
It is like Destiny and Titanfall had a child,
I'll
Yeah.
cry. I don't care. I'll cry.
I'll cry.
and that's what it looks like. But it's got to look like that, and it's got to play like that, or I'm gonna be
Yeah.
pissed.
I'll let you know in 2018 when it comes out.
You mean
No, I'm in
2019
the
because it'll get
future.
delayed?
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. December 25th is still 2018.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, this was awesome though, guys.
Yeah, I enjoy. I enjoy. We should try. We'll try and come together every once in a while
Yeah,
um,
every month or
and
two.
just bullshit around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine that we don't have an intro or an outro anymore because no one's gonna listen to this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the recording stopped working like an hour ago. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It says it's still working.
Damn, Cheeto's watching us.
Is he?
I don't know.
No, he's not, because I didn't post anything. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's what we thought of E3 2017. I'd give it the whole thing a C.
Yeah, it passes, but it's like
It's like, yeah, all right.
It
But
was a beta.
I think it's kind of decreasing in popularity the last couple of years, and the other game shows are getting more than they used to. So I think it's like spreading the wealth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So PAX East, and all kinds of shit going on still.
Yeah.
So
and I didn't
Sorry,
like how
2
they.
weeks.
Yeah,
Guardian
there
Con.
you guys go.
Oh, my Moments of Triumph shirt is on the way, boys.
Good for you.
Got shipped out.
Yeah, I don't wear mine out. I don't want to get pussy juice all over it.
That's good.
On
That's
that
good
note,
call.
I'm out.
All right.
All right, we'll see you, boys.
Peace.
Bye.